Well, for entertainment purposes only. If y'all have followed me for a while know I just don't do conspiracy and educational videos. I do outdoor hunting, fishing, all sorts of stuff, scenery, show my dogs hunting. I'm the only guy, I'm not bragging. Who else out there you'll see in camo that's not just hunting? I've done about everything. I go over law or what I found out about law, good resources on speeding tickets, just everything. I also tell stories that's happened to me. Embellish it, we all do, but a lot of them are true. So this is an honor. I'm not going to say her name, of a good friend of mine, even though I've never met her. She lives quite a ways from me, but the reason I'm doing this for you, honey, and the stories is we just got to talking, and I just seen her face. So she does a few videos. So I finally seen her new pic, and she's tiny. She's tiny. She's pretty, but she's tiny. Nice person from what I talked to, and pretty family, but she's tiny. So that reminded me of my logging story, and one of my many logging stories, my Vin Diesel stories. Back in the day, I'm not saying I'm good looking, but everybody mistook me for Vin Diesel. They said I looked so much like him back when I had 18-inch biceps and everything else. And no, after what I found out about him, I'm not too proud. I just looked down as 117. So maybe this will work out, and I'm doing it on this new channel to inaugurate it. Plus, I might say something here that might get my other channel banned, and it's on its last strike. So I'll try to watch what I say, but I'll have to tell you the way it is because it actually happened this way. But anyway, I've had women hit on me, and the first thing they say is, or back when the Fast and Furious is, did you see that shower scene? And then after that, they hit on me. And I'm like, oh no, every time. And three teenagers, or no, there's four teenagers, two boys, two girls, almost asked for my autograph one day. So anyway, so I go up to this log job. This lady calls me and she says, she sounded kind of young, but she calls me and says, can you come up to this certain place and meet me? Me and my husband want to take some trees out. We heard you do trees and just take the money for the timber and pile up the brush and don't charge what tree service do. We can't afford the tree service. I said, if you've got enough trees, I'll do it. She said, oh, we got enough trees. We got enough pine. They're good pine. So I went and met the lady. And I walked up the porch, and when I come out, there's two small girls, and one was holding a baby. Looked like a big baby, but it was a young baby. I mean, it just barely talking, everything, a little baby boy. And I said, hey, girls, where your mom at? She said, what are you talking about? I'm Kim. I said, huh? She was 4'11", every bit of about 100 pounds. And her 12-year-old daughter was 2 inches taller than her. And that baby looked like, I mean, it was huge compared to her. And I'm like, she had that baby? I'm like, gosh almighty. And I said, okay. She said, she kind of smiled at me and gave me that. And I said, I knew the Vin Diesel thing was coming. So anyway, I told her what I'd do and everything else. And I said, and I have to have signed contracts. So I said, well, she said, let me talk it over with my husband. I said, okay. So she called and she said, yeah, go ahead. And I brought up my log equipment. So I had to go in and sign the contract. And his mother lived across the road. And I had to go in, had him sign contracts and everything. And I said, well, I thought your husband's supposed to be there. And she said, oh, I'll sign it. And she said, she got done signing, and she looked at me and she said, you know, you look like Vin Diesel. And I said, yeah. She said, did you see that scene, the shower scene, the Fast and the Furious? I said, oh, no. She said, I've got to be honest with you, sir. Me and my husband are separated. I said, okay. She said, yeah. She said, he, I'm just going to be honest with you. That little boy's not his. He had a vasectomy, and I got pregnant from my professor. I'm the one that brought it on. I got my professor divorced and everything else, and we're getting divorced. And I'm like, okay, I just signed the contract. What have I got myself into now? But she said, boy, you're good looking. I said, okay. I said, let me get to work. So I went to work. It's hard to concentrate, and you got to concentrate as a logger. You get hurt if you don't. Now remember this. You got to concentrate. I've already had, you followers followed me, no lie, I've had many a logging industries. I had a limb shoot up behind my eye, pulled it out, had to have a splinter taken out of the back of my eyeball. How many people you know has had that happen? And had 3 trees fall on me and survived that. So you got to concentrate. So I'm like, man, I need to get this done. I'm worried about this. So she had a lot of time. I couldn't get it just like that. So I had to take my time and do it. And each day she would come out and flirt with me. One day it was like in November and it was freaking cold and she didn't have no covers on that baby and she was all over me. I mean, talking to me, flirting. And I said, Kim, honey, I said, you're going to get that baby pneumonia. You need to get it back in there. Well, anyway, I had something go out on my logging truck and I was working there. So I went back in. Of course, there's houses around, so I had to go to the bathroom in the house. And she said, I also need to tell you my husband is kind of, he's living over there with his mom. He's at work now, but he's kind of schizophrenic. He's got different personalities. I said, okay. I said, you call me in here. I said, you're already hitting on me. You've had an affair with your professor. You're getting a divorce. You had your professor's baby. And now you tell me your husband could be possibly a psychopath? She said, no, he's not violent, or I don't think he is. He's never done nothing. And I said, I'm over here, so the first thing he's going to think is I'm over here logging and something else. So I was down in my logging truck, and I said, all I could think about is he's going to be coming over here with some kind of weapon or something like that, and I couldn't get it out of my mind. And I heard a, hey, how you doing? I hit my head, oh, hey, how you doing? He wasn't that big a guy, and I was looking for, and he, I guess he's his good personality. And he said, yeah, I guess Kim told you we was divorced and everything, but yeah, we appreciate you coming over in there. We couldn't afford to have it all cleaned up. We thank you for doing everything. And I said, yeah, I appreciate it, sir. So he's a nice guy. So anyway, I had to go to the bathroom one day, and I walked in, and she was fully clothed at the time. You know what's coming. And I said, I got to go to the bathroom. She said, I can't believe how much you look like Vin Diesel. And I walked out of the bathroom, and she had changed clothes, and she just had a short on. She had put her, she was holding her baby, and she had just put a very skimpy top on and took her bra off. And she just flat out, she said, you so good look. She said, do you and your wife swing? And I said, no. She said, well, I just hadn't had a man in so long. And I said, Kim, I need to get back to work. So I told my mom that. My mom, straight up, no nonsense. She said, you know what she's going to do? She said, she's going to call the county police. Them women don't take no for answer and say you done something. So that made me more paranoid, so it's hard to concentrate. So anyway, long story short, on the last tree of the job, and she kept flirting with me, and I was like, I got to get out of here. My mom even asked, do you want me to go up there and sit and make sure, with you until you get done and make sure, there's witness? I said, no. I said, I'm just a few days away. And as I was cutting the last tree, it was a big tree. Here she come walking out, and I told her not to be coming out while I was walking out. And that treetop lands, and it lands like 10 feet from her or not. I could have hurt her really bad. And she walked around the tree. I said, Kim, I told you not to be coming out here while I was cutting. And I looked down, and she had forgot to, I guess, zip her pants up. She said, I want to tell you how much we appreciate it. I said, okay. And you talk about getting a tree cleaned up and getting my last load out of there. Called my mom, told her to help me get the rest of my equipment. I was out of there. So there's my logging stories and my little woman stories, and my salute to all you beautiful little women out there. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the story. It was another long one. Later.